Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for coming back on here with me today. Today, I'm going to be doing a reading that serves as a timeless message. And also for those of you that are new to my YouTube channel who are just kind of stopping by, and for those of you guys that are here to just kind of browse, look around to see if this is the space for you. My name is Cassandra. I am the witch, author, poet, and performer of Magic of Eden. Welcome. I am always happy and glad to have you with me here as we dive into this immersive, intuitive tarot reading. And I want to start off with a quick prayer. And Divine, I thank you so much for allowing us time to spend here together today. Thank you so much for sending your blessings and for sending our spirit team to watch over us, to embark on this journey with us. We welcome you into our lives right now. We also welcome in our spirit team, our ancestors, benevolent beings of light who want the best for our highest and our greatest good. We call upon you now. We thank you so much for your benevolent protection and also for your divine love and protection. We thank you so much for constantly being around us and surrounding us with your love and your light. I ask that you please allow me to be the vessel that relays any messages that my soul tribe needs to hear. I ask that you please send me the wisdom that I need in order to give whatever messages that the person and or people that are hearing this right now, may it serve them in the highest and the greatest good. Ashe. Okay, so I'm going to be working with the Mermaid Tarot because I, for whatever reason, have been feeling, very watery. Like I feel very watery, very cosmic, and immediately I'm being drawn to the water. I'm being drawn to the cosmos. I'm being drawn to the stars. I'm being drawn to galaxies, crystals, and all those high vibrational things. And for whatever reason, that is just the vibe right now. Now I know you guys are like, wow, like really fast, like you're just gonna come out here and just post like out of nowhere. Yeah, my life has been really wild for for a while now, and I have just been going crazy with so many different things to do. And I have been through a lot these past few months. I've been through a lot in life, but I'm not here to talk about that. And I don't want that to bleed into the reading. But just know that again, like I am showing up when I can. If you guys notice, I've been paying a lot more attention to the um the Instagram and things like that and TikTok short form content, and I'm in a space of my life where I'm slowing down, so I feel like long form content is definitely something that I'm going to be incorporating a lot more of. I actually almost gave up on YouTube, and that is a message in itself that sometimes there are things that you want in life, and there's so many things in your life that you feel kind of pull you away from the things that you're most passionate about. But sometimes what happens is you need to be pulled back. It's what I'm kind of getting a vision of now is that someone's being brought back to shore after trying to go swimming at a beach. And you would think that the water will pull you into its current, but instead the water, what I'm seeing, is pushing somebody back onto shore. And that's so interesting because I feel like with that divine download, as I want to call it, that has everything to do with the fact that spirit is saying that you are where you are for a reason, and that is where you need to stay right now. Sometimes it's better for you to just kind of simply pull yourself back or be pulled back. And this is not only for your own protection, but this is also for you to sit back and observe and just watch the beauty of the way things flow. Because some of us are in spaces where some of you guys are in spaces where you have to learn by watching, and you are being called to really look at the way these things are happening so that you can figure out why these things are happening. But for some of you guys, it's not even really just about you figuring out why something is happening. It's you allowing yourself to just sit back, relax, and watch things play out, and then the answers will reveal itself to you later. And I don't know why I just heard the words Baywatch. And I'm hearing that now is the time for you to sit back and just simply watch these things unfold. I'm hearing that it's not time for some of you guys to swim because some of you guys are just simply learning by watching. There's a very strong message about that coming through right now. So, yes, we're going to go ahead and get started with our reading. And the first two cards to jump out, we have the Six of Wands in reverse, and we also have the Ace of Wands in reverse. And there are three cards that did not want to show face, and we also have another card that showed face, which is the Page of Swords. Now, for whatever reason, the energy that I'm picking up on, and we also have the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that card out there. And we also have the Eight of, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to lay these cards out exactly as I see them. That's what I'm being called to do, and then I'll shuffle some more later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is bringing me to Cancer energy. This is bringing me to home life, to home family, to motherhood. Some of you guys are entering a new stage of motherhood where you are thinking about having a child, or you are currently pregnant, or you're thinking about adoption. And for whatever reason, this is bringing me to this space of caring and nurturing and pulling back so that you can also be nurtured. And for some of you, I just heard the words like the rite of passage. Some of you guys are moving into this new space in your life where you're learning how to be taken care of, and you're learning how to take and care and nurture these certain things and or people. And the reason is because you're entering into this mother phase of your life where you found yourself, or you spent so much time breaking down, and your life was spent breaking down, and you were constantly going through this transformation where your identity was being challenged, and you're breaking away from who you are, and you're finding yourself outside of trauma is what I'm hearing. And as a result of that, you're starting to realize how important it is for you to sit down and be nurtured. And for some of you guys, you're in the space where you're learning how to nurture. So for some of you, what I'm hearing is that as it pertains to motherhood or fatherhood or whatever it is for you, you're learning how to nurture your own self as it pertains to your own feelings, and you're learning how to be more immersive with yourself, because this is the best way for you to learn so that you can then teach your offspring or your seeds or whatever it is that you, or whatever you want to call it. Now, that was one download. Now, looking at the cards here, this energy feels a bit withdrawn, and this energy kind of feels like, I just heard the words like ducking and dodging. It almost kind of feels like some of you guys are avoiding the spotlight. Some of you guys are avoiding being out in the open because what you want to do is you want to move in silence. And I feel that. And the reason is because you're going through such a sacred time in your life where so many things have happened, and so many things are also entering into your life that haven't been revealed to you yet. And you're in a space where you're on the search for truth. It's like a voyage. And I'm seeing a ship at sea where I'm seeing a ship at sea, and this ship is just traveling. It has no destination. It's just traveling, and it's following the star. It's following the North Star. And this North Star is a representation of the truth that is leading you to freedom. That's what I'm hearing here. Now, with the Ace of Swords in reverse as well, I feel like there is something that is going, I just heard like a revelation, like there's something that will be revealed to you in due time. Spirit is asking for you to take a few steps back and allow the truth to just simply unfold in the timing that it's going to unfold. And if you want to move things along, the important thing to do is to ask the question. There's something that you are not asking yourself, or there's something that you are refusing to ask someone else. And as a result of that, you're not getting the truth. You don't have, Spirit is saying that you don't have to be so harsh with yourself, or you don't have to be so overly critical or overly harsh with the other party. It's okay for you to just simply ask. But one thing that I'm being drawn to is if, even though I don't see the high priestess here right now, the high priestess is coming through to such a degree where she, or it's that divine feminine energy, consults the divine first. It goes to the ancestral realm first, to the ethereal, to the cosmic realm, to the all first before it asks any questions outside of it. And in fact, the high priestess, in my own little personal spiritual opinion, doesn't need any type of external validation, because all the answers are within it. And I feel like this is definitely a space where you know that it is time for you to get up and move, and to be moved into a different space. That is what I'm hearing as far as now. Also, for some of you guys, the truth is not always something that is seen that is very flamboyant or loud. Sometimes the truth reveals itself in a very quiet way. So Spirit is saying to look for the truth in things that are subtle. I just heard it's more of a simmer than it is a boil. And it's something that seems very quiet and you can miss it. But if you open your mind and open your ears and really tap into that sixth sense, then that is when you'll actually discover the truth. Now, the truth is that for some of you guys, you know that you need to move out of a certain space. And for whatever reason, there's something that is making you stay. And Spirit is letting you know what I just heard is that this thing has served its purpose. There's no need for you to constantly go back, and it is okay for you to get up and move. I feel that you guys are in a space of transition right now, where you're moving from this loud space and you're on the search for more truth, and you're in a space where you're starting to allow yourself to get up and move so that you can allow yourself the room to breathe and to ask the important questions. And I'm also being drawn to something that is very sacred. It almost kind of feels like some of you guys are in spaces where you're ready to move on, but you're having a little bit of trouble because of something that has like its teeth or its hooks into you. Okay, that's interesting that we have those cards here. All right, so basically, for some of you, yes, you're getting up and you're moving, but it's in a way where you're being carried. For some of you guys, I just heard that I hope for this, I want that. It's nothing wrong with you wanting these things. And for some of you guys, I'm feeling like what you're wanting and what you're craving is this type of emotional stability. You want someone to know you outside of your public image, and you want someone to know the real you outside of what they see on the surface, because not everything is surface level. And for some of you guys, I'm hearing, I don't know if you guys ever heard that song by Masego, Afraid of Water. Love that song. And for some of you guys, you are being defiant, what Spirit is saying, as it pertains to you honoring your feelings. And what you're looking for is this type of emotional security, this emotional stability. And Spirit is saying, well, the only way you're going to find it is if you let your guard down. And I feel like for some of you, you've been in survival mode. And Spirit is letting you know right now that if you're going to survive, like in this new way of being or in this new world, then you're gonna have to put your guard down. You're gonna have to let your guard down a little bit. There's a difference between being defensive and using your discernment. Using your discernment allows you to tap into your intuition and be convicted in that and your inner knowing. And then what happens outside of you, you know not to take it personal, but you know what boundaries to set. And that's the beautiful thing about discernment, because it teaches you how to be in tune with your intuition and honor it, and being assertive and being direct about you setting your boundaries. That is one thing that I love about discernment. And Spirit is asking you to remember the difference with that. Because sometimes when you're being defensive, it's like you start to build up these walls, or like these brick walls that don't let anything come in. But then what happens is like you won't let anything out. And sometimes the truth is trying to be revealed to you, but this act of defensiveness is exactly what's impeding on your ability to receive it. So Spirit is saying to remember to allow yourself to not be defensive, but use your discernment and set the proper boundaries so that you can be in a space where you're more comfortable, if that makes sense. Now, this space of transition is a direct result of you wanting this type of emotional security, this emotional stability, this emotional nurturing. And there is something outside of you that sees you. I'm looking at this King of Cups right now. And with this energy, this is giving me a very calm sense of love and understanding. And I feel like with this King of Cups here, he's here to bring you a message, and he's also here to bring you what you are asking for. And I just heard the word reassurance. I feel like this is definitely a very deeply spiritual connection between you and this King of Cups energy. It doesn't have to be a man, but this is someone who is very secure in their own emotions. And I just heard that sometimes this can be scary when you're not used to dealing with people that are very mature emotionally. Because when you look at the way people are nowadays, it's like you're always more than likely, you're running into someone that just has the emotional capacity of a 6-year old. And you're just like, yo, like, I can't keep dealing with this. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot of energy where, you're probably used to seeing people act from a wounded space. I feel right now that for some of you guys, if you're listening to this, being in the public eye is something that you may want to think about for the time being. I feel like some of you guys, what I'm hearing is like a warning of like being ducked off for a little bit and being very careful as to how you're showing up in your public life. If you're an influencer watching this right now, or a content creator, or someone who has like a major following, be very careful as to what is going on. You don't want to get the kind of wrong attention, and you also want to think about the things that you're saying, because with the current trend that's going on right now, I think Mars, might be squaring off with Pluto, if I'm not mistaken. And that is a fight waiting to happen, because these are two extremes that want power and control. And they will exercise anything in order to receive that power and control. And for the most part, if they're acting from a lower vibration. Now, I don't believe that this is a negative thing or a bad thing or a positive thing or whatever. I just kind of feel like we're being taught how to work with certain energies that are going on and happening around us. And so I feel like right now, if you are someone who was in the public eye or was looking to getting in the public eye, I would count my steps and I would watch my steps, and I would be very calculated right now to ensure that you're not making any sudden moves. That's kind of what I'm hearing. But Above that, I would be using my intuition. If I were you, if you want to take this advice, you don't have to, but I will 100% be working to in a quiet place. Like I would go back to my sacred space to really think about the things where I'm, think about where I'm going. I would think about what's happening and all those different things. Now, moving back into the reading, and we also have the chariot here at the very bottom. So we have the chariot here at the very bottom. I put a few more cards. We have the three of swords here and the tower card. Yes, some of you guys are in a space right now where you were wounded brutally. I just heard the word like Achilles tendon. It was a weakness, some type of weakness that was exposed. And now you're in a space where everything is just falling apart. And as deep and as heavy as this thing is in your life right now, these are the perfect circumstances for you to move on. Now, Spirit is saying that would you stay in a building if it was crumbling down? No, you would get up and you'd run out of the building. This crumbling building is what your life looks like right now. And you getting up and exiting this building is you getting up and exiting this part of your life where you were hurt, where you were agreeing to be attached to this pain, this suffering, this trauma. And Spirit is saying that you're in a space right now where although it may hurt, although it may feel unfavorable, although you may not know where you're going, Spirit is saying that your intuition will always light the way for you. It's interesting that the star card is not here because I feel like the star card is definitely an energy where it's definitely energy that is still present. Now, one thing that I'm learning about tarot and that I have learned about tarot actually is that I don't look at just what is here, what is in front of me. I always also look at what is not in front of me because I feel like tarot reveals so much. Like tarot reveals everything that's in front of you, it reveals your subconscious, and it reveals the things that you cannot see logically. And I feel like although the High Priestess and although the Star card is not here, I really do feel that their energy again is present. And it's almost like this energy where you have to bet on yourself and you have to count on your ability to move and navigate through this next phase in your life because all you have to rely on is your intuition because logically it doesn't make sense. All right. Now, I do feel that this is a beautiful thing because in the midst of all the chaos that's happening right now, Spirit is reminding you to plant the seed. All you need to do is say the word and everything will be moved in your favor. All you need to do is say the word. And for some of you guys, you're in a space where you have nothing left but your word. Like, I just heard that some of you guys have been wanting to prove something so badly, but you can't prove it with anything, and all you have is your words. That is a very thing that is going to save you, is what Spirit is saying. Using the right words at the right moment, at the right time, to the right person is what's going to get you out of whatever situation. Knowing what to say and when to say it, how to say it. For whatever reason, there's something very specific about spoken word and saying the right thing, especially with the Page of Swords being here. Asking the questions, saying the right thing, being inquisitive, and really sitting back and thinking about what's going on now. And also communicating in a way that is more high vibrational and in a way that is more mature and in a way that is cool, calm, collected, and poised. And I feel that when you move from a space of compassion and when you move from a space of understanding, you can give yourself not only grace, but you can allow yourself to move through these waters a bit, not only more swiftly, but you can sway with the currents in a more balanced way. That is what I'm hearing right now for some of you guys. All right. I'm going to go ahead and with the Tower card coming out as well, it almost kind of feels like some of you guys were in a space where things were happening very suddenly, but I feel like you saw the signs. This, for some of you guys, was a refusal to listen. It was you kind of simply refusing to pay attention for some of you guys, and others of you, it just was things that you knew were happening, but they were out of your control. As everything usually is out of our control. The only thing that we can control, as you guys know by now, is our feelings, is us, like how we feel, and you know, our actions and how we respond to things. All right, so that was part of a message for some of you guys. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next phase of our reading. And after that, we're going to be pulling some cards from the um, Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection. And we're going to be using Wisdom of the Oracle, which I love. I'm being drawn to aquatic life and I'm being drawn to dolphins. There's something very specific about dolphins, and there's something very specific about aquatic life. Belugas and dolphins and whales are all on my radar right now. Aquatic life is on my radar. those are what's on my radar. I'm being drawn to like a lot of fish. It's like a lot of fish. Spirit wants me to keep all of these cards out, so I have to keep them all out like that. I don't know exactly what's here, but all right. That card wanted to show face. There's a lot of wounds happening with some of you guys. Like some of you guys are so wounded. Like I feel like some of you guys are just in a space where you're just so tired and you feel like you're drowning. There's so many things that are happening that you can't see and it scares you. And I say that because a lot of your cards are coming back and here you go again. You have the Page of Swords again. Something is happening for you guys where it's like it's out of your control, it's foreign, it's unknown, and you don't know what to expect and it scares you. You don't know what to expect and it's hard for you to believe. It's hard to believe, it's hard to deal with, it's just hard. Right now, it's just hard. And I feel that. So with the cards that showed face here, we have the Page of Cups, we have the Five of Swords, the Ten of Cups in reverse here. We also have the Page of Swords. So I feel like this is the start of something. Like this is the start and it scares you. For some of you guys, you're moving into a space where things are just getting started and you're trying to figure out what does this mean for me? What is this? How do I deal with this? Like, am I doing the right thing? Am I down the right path? Like, what is it that I need to do? Like, there's so many questions that you're asking and it's causing confusion. It's causing confusion and confliction because you're not really sure what to do. Spirit is saying right now that you're in a space in your life where you have to really sit down and think about the things that have hurt you, the things that have shown up that hurt you, the people that have shown up to that played a role in your suffering. And Spirit is asking you to follow your intuition and let that be what guides you away from these spaces. That's what I'm hearing. Also, with the Ten of Cups in reverse here, there's been something very sudden in your life has happened and it's made you question what really makes me happy. What is the type of energy that I want in my life right now that is going to bring me the most type of fulfillment. Some of you guys are like in a Seven of Pentacles phase where you're looking at seeing what happened in your life and what was your contribution to get this far and what changes do you want to make to get to where you need to go. And I also feel like I'm seeing the Seven of Cups as well. And this Seven of Cups is you like really thinking about, okay, what is it that I truly do want right now? What choice do I have to make? But also, is this something that is going to lead me to fulfillment? Because right now I'm in a space where I just truly don't know. I don't know what decision to make. I don't know what I'm going to choose. And Spirit is saying this is the reason why you're being brought back to a quiet place because you can allow the answers to come to you versus you going out to seek the answers, if that makes sense. All you have to do is show up to ask the question. All you have to do is that. But when you do the research is going to come from within. You're not looking outside of you when you're doing the research. You're looking within you to do the research. This is a very internal thing. This is very passive. Unlike the full moon, this is new moon energy where you're reflective, you're passive, you're jotting things down, you're journaling, you're doing things that are going to connect you to the watery aspect, and you're doing everything that you can. Where this is a space, we are in a space in your life where you're being called to allow yourself to tap into the internal space, into that internal void, because that void holds the keys and all the answers that you need. Even I'm not supposed to be giving any answers right now. I'm just supposed to be right now in the reading just kind of giving you guys downloaded messages. And I'm even not getting the answer for you. Like, at least I don't feel like I'm giving you the answer. I guess the only answer that I can give you right now is to go within and is to trust you in your intuition. Like, that is the answer that I'm being given to give to you. You know what I mean? And I'm going to go ahead and turn these cards over. The Emperor card. I'm being drawn also to the Ace of Cups for whatever reason. Like, I'm being drawn to that card. I'm being drawn to something. I don't know why I'm hearing something devastating must be turned around. And I'm also being brought to something that is very joyous. And that the end result is happiness for you. It's just a phase in your life where you have to allow yourself to go and feel through it. I hope I'm making sense, you guys. The Ace of Cups. All right. All right. Usually I'll be like, yes, I'll be like freaking out right now, but my energy is so calm and collected, but I don't even really feel like I want to do it. Okay, so basically, yes, we have the cards that I pulled over were the Four of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here, the love, no, not the lovers, the Two of Cups in reverse. We have the Emperor, the Fool card. So, yes, there's a lot of things that are being left behind. You're leaving these spaces where you felt that people couldn't show up for you the way that you showed up for them. I feel like right now you guys are being called to really focus on the things that not only bring you your power, but you're being called to stand firmly into your power. But with the Emperor card being here, surrounded by the type of cards, I do not feel the Emperor being this harsh, iron fist ruling individual right now. I feel that the Emperor card is someone who represents right now someone that was in a space where they had to be hard in order to keep themselves safe. They felt like they had to be hard in order to keep themselves protected. But I see this Emperor softening up a little bit. I see the Emperor card being supported by Divine Feminine. And I also see the Divine Feminine being supported by the Divine Masculine, which I absolutely love this. And the reason is because this is exactly the type of changes that are needed for you to move forward. It's you allowing this divine masculine to become more in equilibrium and in harmony with the divine feminine. Now, there were some things that happened that caused you to split, that caused certain connections to break. And the reason why is because there was no longer an interest. Like there was something that someone was trying to give, and the person was just simply so uninterested to where it caused some type of breakup or caused some type of disconnect. And as a result of that, it made this person think, well, damn, like, well, what does happiness mean outside of this relationship? What does happiness mean to me or fulfillment mean to me outside of this? And Spirit is saying that you're in a space in your life right now where you're about to figure it out. You are about to find out exactly what else will give your life meaning, because there's so much more to life than just this one thing and just this one aspect of your life. There are so many other layers to life that you are meant to discover. And that's the reason why I was being drawn to the cosmos. I'm also being drawn to portals. This is a time right now for you to dive into these portals and allow yourself to be immersed in them, because it's leading you down this path that is going to allow you to discover a different world that you never knew existed. Sometimes what this looks like for some people is going through pain, suffering, and all of these things, but it's this resistance and this friction that keeps happening that is causing people to feel hurt because they are having such a hard time of letting go. For some of you guys, your power or your superpower is your weakness of not letting go. And the moment you decide to let go and to just let yourself fall, you'll know that you are not falling, but you are setting yourself up to be carried. You're not falling. The universe wants to carry you. Now, the universe here, I'm talking about your guides, your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever you believe in, your own love is what is going to carry you through this next phase of your life. And it's also going to carry you to this new beginning. And I really do feel that you're in a space in your life where you're starting to become empowered. Now, I love this because it almost feels like you're no longer accepting what once was, and you're only accepting things that you know is going to bring you the most happiness right now. And I feel that you prioritizing that happiness is what is needed right now. So if you guys are looking for any answers, I mean, there is an answer. Now, there's something very specific that is happening in your life right now that I am not allowed to, that I'm being blocked from. Like, I can't even see it. And I'm okay with that. I respect it, because there's something that you're going through that is sacred to you that you don't want anyone to know. And that is the reason why Spirit is not revealing this to me right now in this reading, because it's so sacred and only you and your guides need to know what's going on with that situation. I do feel the need to say that you're in a space in your life where you're learning how to move with more intention, and you're learning how to move with more authority, and you're learning how to move with boundaries. And that is something that is very essential for you. No longer focusing on what hurt you, but focusing on what can help to move you. Change is always good was the first card to pop out. Change is always good. Actually, the only effective way of changing another person is by changing yourself. Works every time, guaranteed. Though I'm kind of partial to the way you are right now. It's highly hope the universe. I love this, and the reason is because when it says change is always good, you are definitely going through a massive change in your life right now, but the reason is because you set your intention for happiness. Some of you guys set your intention for something very specific during the Gemini new moon, and at the time of the upcoming full moon, guys can see that play out more. You will be surprised. I think that some of you guys are expecting the worst to come out of this situation, and Spirit is saying the more that you expect that, the more you're going to get it. Allow yourself to receive whatever it is coming to you, because this unknown world that you're entering in is full of surprises. You'd be surprised that for some of you guys who have been experiencing this lower vibrational energy and this pain and this suffering, you guys will be surprised to see that when you move into this other space, that the grass actually is a lot greener on the other side. Like, I know that that sounds like really cliche, and I know you're like, what? Like, I can just water my own grass. Well, in this sense, yeah, it's like, nah, you want to leave this space because you're outgrowing it, and it's okay that you are. Like, this was the starter space for you. Like, you know how when you have a house and then you're just like, I don't want to live here no more. And it's okay that you don't, because you've outgrown it. You've outgrown the energy, you've outgrown the vibes, you've outgrown the space, and you're expanding, and that's a beautiful thing. And the more that your mind expands, sometimes for some of you guys, your external world needs to expand too. Right? Especially as a creative. And this is bringing me to creative energy, especially with the Page of Cups sitting there. So you will be surprised. Ask with love, and their answer may surprise you. Yet whatever their answer, be happy, and this may surprise them. Hi, it's love, and I, the universe. The reason why I love this so much is because you never really know. Sometimes you have to change your approach, and when you change your approach, you'll start to see a different result. I want you to remember that. I would love for you to remember that. Sometimes the good is hidden. I am in love with this because, yes, we may not be able to see everything, but it does not mean that it is not there. Just because something is covered in darkness doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Find the good in what they said or asked. It's always there, even if they didn't mean for it to be there. Sherlock, yours, the universe. P.S. Clues for what you want are hidden all around you. This is so interesting because weren't we talking about, like, I can't really remember. It was something along the lines of like, yep, my brain is real. I can't remember. I forgot. So, anyways, we're gonna just go ahead and move forward. So basically, yeah, some things like you don't know, and it's such a beautiful thing. Like when you are in a space where you're used to just kind of expecting or receiving this terrible thing, or some terrible things just kind of constantly happen to you, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh my god, like, wait, like, I was not expecting that. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's such a beautiful thing because it's a matter of perspective. It truly really is a matter of perspective. And I feel that when you shift your perspective, you start to see that there was so many gems and jewels around you the whole time, and in fact you were one of them. You were one of them. And I want to pull one more card from this deck. There we go. Love is never in vain. And this card reads, when you finally see what this whole time space thing is all about, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you're going to be so, 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 so happy you loved as much as you did. I love this because love is the answer. I've been in a space in my life where I'm starting to learn how to love without condition. And there's some things that I absolutely will not stand for as a part of my human experience, and I'm only giving you guys this message because I want to connect and relate to you guys a bit more, right? I feel like I'm in a space again, like I said, I'm moving and I'm learning to love more without condition, and understanding that we're all here having a human experience, right? And I'm learning more patience, and I'm learning more compassion, and I'm learning that my efforts of showing love are not in vain, because no matter what, me sending out that vibration into the universe, I'm going to be responded with that same energy. And it's the law of correspondence. The universe is co-responding to the energy that is present, and we are also co-responding to the energy that is outside of us, most times. And I feel like now I'm in a space where I feel the need to say that I've learned, and I'm still learning, but I'm almost there. Almost don't count, but I'm almost there. I'm gonna give myself credit. And I'm almost at this space where I can finally say, you know what? I'm no longer allowing myself to be swayed by anything at all. I have been dragged through the mud, and I have been, dragged through lakes of lava. Like I've been through some shit. You know what I mean? Like I've been through some shit in my life, and I'm sure you can say the same. And loving is never in vain because love will always be there in the end. Always. I'm telling you guys, like you guys are loved on so many levels. Like you guys are loved and seen on so many levels. We have the fates that decided to come out, and we also have to the sea. It's so interesting that we have to the sea here because, like I told you guys earlier, I was like, I'm connected to water. Like I'm connecting to water. So that doesn't surprise me that to the sea comes out. And I remember when I said that I saw this ship that was at sea. Oh my God. Look at that. That's so insane. Okay. That's so cool. So I remember when I said that there's like this ship at sea, and this really does feel like a voyage. And that ship is being carried by these waves, by the waters, and you sometimes just have to allow yourself to just navigate by not doing anything. Sometimes it's best not to do anything. I mean, at least that's what this is bringing me to right now. These are all fated. These are all fated interactions here. We have imagine, we have co-create, and we have chaos and conflict. I'm gonna pull one more card here. And then we have peace. That's so interesting. I swear to God, when I swear to you guys, and I should have said this earlier, but earlier I remember I was shuffling cards and I remember hearing the word peace, but because I wasn't like I didn't lay the cards out, I didn't say it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna say that, whatever. But that was definitely a word that was on my radar. And I'm glad that I saw that. I truly am glad that I saw that. I'm actually gonna pull more. I'm not gonna just pull those. And the reason why I feel like we're getting all these cards is that imagine what would happen if you allowed yourself to simply step out and just not even have faith, but just know that if you bet on yourself to do what you can do, that you'll get exactly to where you need to go, and that you will never be lost because you were always led by your intuition. Imagine if you decided to break free from the chaos and conflict. Imagine what would happen if you allowed yourself to be open and receptive to the energy coming into your life to help you. It can actually help you create things in a way that is more beneficial to you. The interactions that you're having right now with these people are faded in a sense where it feels like there's this divine reason as to why they're there. And you are absolutely right. There is a divine reason. It's to help to lead you home. That's the reason why. Sometimes the answer is so simple. Keep it simple is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Is keep it simple. Hmm. I feel that for some of you guys, your way of going to peace or tapping into peace is by not putting your hands in so many things, allowing yourself to flow, allowing yourself to be carried, allowing yourself to just go out and explore. I feel like that's a good way for you guys, for some of you guys to reach a state of peace. And also rest. Time to take a nap. Time for a nap. It's time for some of you guys to rest. And that is the reason why I feel like I also got that vision, was because the vision of you guys of remember when I was talking about the water and how like instead of like you pulling of the water pulling you in to the sea, it's pushing you away for you to sit on shore. It's this idea of resting and just simply watching. That's what I'm being brought back to now. It's time for a nap. And with this nap, you can connect with the dream, you can connect with the dream world, and you can connect with your higher self, you can connect with your guides, and you can connect while your body is resting so that you can feel more rejuvenated and regenerated. And this idea of rest, when you're in this deep sleep, you can receive so many deep prophetic messages and visions. I recommend you guys working with clear quartz, amethyst. I recommend you working with, I just heard for some of you guys, it's black tourmaline or something like that, or black, yeah, something about tourmaline is coming through as well. And I just heard the word sapphire. Like some of you guys need to work with sapphire. There's this crystal energy that's here right now and it's present and it's so high vibrational. And I just heard the words crystal cave, like going to a crystal cave. If you've been planning a trip to go to a crystal cave, absolutely go, because there's some type of energy that these crystals have that you need in order to help heal you vibrationally. And working with these crystals can help you tap into some energies that is within yourself. And again, when you go into the space of nap time or sleep, this is where you can be rest assured, where you can receive prophetic visions and answers to the questions that you keep asking yourself. Now, for some of you guys, I'm being called to talk about and this definitely is a self plug, but I'm going to allow myself to do this only because it matches what we're talking about. So there's something in here called the Ethereal Visions Mystic Candle that I have, and also the Ethereal Visions Mystic Oil that I have here that I love. And the reason is because it helps me to connect to the ethereal realms, and it also protects me as I'm tapping into the cosmic realm, and I absolutely love it. I use this before dream work. I use this before, this is a new bottle actually. I've had several of these over the years, and it helps me connect with the ethereals, the all the source, and I use it before divination practices, and I like to anoint pendulums and things like this with this oil. The Ethereal Visions was definitely handcrafted to help you navigate through the ethereals and through all of those cosmic energies. And that's one thing that I do love. And you can also use this for dream work. You can use this oil for dream work. And I love that because when you anoint your third eye at least an hour or two prior to going to bed, after clearing off your bed and after you stay off of your phone for at least an hour or two before bed, you meditate and all those good things. This oil does help because the oils that I use and the essential oil that I use really does help to put you in that state of mind. Some of you guys who don't want to work with this oil or this candle or this matching candle, you can 100%. Oh, by the way, for the candle, you would light this candle 1 hour prior to any type of divination work, before any remote viewing. I have information about it on my website, which I love this candle. It's super dope. It's super amazing. And I just love working with it. Like, I light it when as you can see, I haven't used a lot of it, but the reason is because I don't use it for very long. And I only light this candle when I'm doing divination work, which I'm not always doing divination work, like the heavy work at least. Like, I'm pulling tarot cards and things like that, but I don't always use this candle. I only use it when I feel called to, and right now I feel called to. So this is definitely one of those candles where you would use it before a tarot reading, before an astrology reading, before remote viewing, before astral travel, and before dream work and all those different things. And these two together, oh my goodness, helps, because if you're developing your intuition, then that's where these come into play as well. Love it because it helps you tap into that crown chakra, to that third eye. It also helps you tap into your intuition, and it's great. I 100% love it. So yes. Okay. Whew. Spirit, is there anything else that you want me to say? Treasure Island. So I feel like you guys are definitely going into a space where you you're getting ready to receive. I think for some of you guys, you need to see it to believe it. And for some of you guys, you're just kind of questioning, well, when is it going to happen? I'm just so tired. And it's like, okay, well, when you learn patience, it will be okay. When you learn patience, you will be fine. And I know it's some things that are owed to you, you feel, and that's valid. That's valid. That is so valid. So I do feel that right now you guys are at the ending of this phase. For some of you guys, you're at the ending where things are finally about to start falling together. The puzzle pieces are being put together, not by your hands, but by the hands of the divine. And I love that for you guys, because you guys are exiting chaos. You guys are exiting these harsh spaces. You're moving on to somewhere where you can feel at peace, happy, content, fulfilled as you maneuver into the next stage of your life. Also, remember, take it easy. Be graceful with yourself. Love yourself. Honor your feelings. You are secure. You are stable. You are emotionally seen. You are emotionally validated. You are emotionally taken care of. You are emotionally seen. And you are also emotionally carried. And you deserve to be uplifted, loved, adored. You deserve all of these amazing, beautiful things to come into your life. And I really do set the intention for you that you receive the things that you know is for you. I love you so much. One last thing. Some of you guys have been looking to travel to a beach. Yes, it is yes. For some of you guys, you may be called to not necessarily get into the water. You may be called to just simply watch the water. For some of you guys, it's time for you to dive deep. It's time for you to go deep diving. It's time for you to go swim with the stingrays. Be very careful, please. Please, please be careful. Like, please be careful, right? Also, I just heard the word snorkeling, like, and I just seen someone like with a snorkel mask on or whatever those things are called. I saw snorkeling, and there's something very specific about the reefs. Like, information about reefs are coming through. So there's something about like dying reefs and like the restoration of reefs are coming through right now. Something about diving into like underwater caves is coming through. There's a lot of water vibes coming through. Like water vibes, like underwater caves, underwater beaches. I don't even know if like underwater beaches exist, but that's what the hell I'm hearing. I'm just hearing something about like underwater worlds and like other life forms underwater that we're not used to seeing. And oh my God, it's so crazy how spirit is bringing me to this earth and water element. How the deeper you go into the earth, the more water you find. Like, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know why I'm hearing that. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it may be something in regards to some things being found underwater, like artifacts that lead to new life. Not lead to new life, but that reveal the existence of life before us. There's something very specific about Atlantis coming through. The remains and the ruins that are down there under the water are not revelations. What is the word I'm looking for? Are artifacts that prove the existence of Atlantis and things of that nature. All of these different type of conspiracy theories that were surrounding that thing are coming to the surface. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know, but there's something about underwater exploration and actually those artifacts being found. There's something about that. I just heard the word extraterrestrial, and there's something about mermaids coming through. With that one, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna just say maybe just look up the symbolism of a mermaid and also be open to the idea that mermaids exist, just not in a way that we believe that they are, that they exist. You have to take into account the fact that we are in a physical reality, and as a result of that, there are some things that we have to use our minds on. Like if you're going to be deep diving, you need to have a chest cavity that is going to allow you to withstand the pressures of the waters when you go deep. And also, the deeper you go, the less light there is. You're going to have eyes big enough that draw in lots of light. Also, you have to think about, the type of texture, like the type of skin that allows you to even, go that deep. You know what I mean? Keep in mind all of these different things that go into play. I know that we like to think about mystical creatures and things like that, which I'm all here for. I'm also here for using reason and rationality as well. So, again, there's this idea of like mermaids and that things exist, just not in the way that we believe that they do. Also, there's something very specific about them. The animals that we see right now are kind of like blueprints, or they are representations of what exists out in the cosmos. For some of you guys, you're being visited, and I'm getting another channel. Oh my goodness. Okay. For some of you guys, don't you just love when this happens? Anyways, okay, moving forward. For some of you guys, you may have been feeling as though you're being visited by other beings. You 100% are. These beings that I'm hearing are interdimensional. They don't need bodies, but they exist outside of this realm. That's what I'm hearing. I am a person who is logic. I use a lot of logic, so I have to just take what I'm saying with a grain of salt because this is an intuitive download, but my ego is getting in the way, so it's hard for me to believe it. But there are 100% beings that exist outside of what we know to be this dimension, outside of the 3D realm. And I'm not talking about ancestors and things like that. I'm talking about other beings, like other beings from like other parts of the cosmos that exist all around us now. All right. So, yes. I just heard the words make contact. Like something or someone has been trying to make contact with you. I'm hearing spirit say test the spirit. You want to be very careful as to what you invite in your space. You'll know if that energy is for you or if it's not. I just heard the word starseed. There's this intergalactic energy coming through right now, and it's super interesting because you are one of them. Like you are someone that comes from like a distant star, and now you're starting to realize how much you're starting to put the pieces back together as to why your life has been the way that it is. It's because your mission is great. That is the reason why you're going through what you're going through now, because your mission is great. There is a reason for everything. Nothing in this universe exists without a reason. Everything exists with a reason. Everything is purposeful, whether you believe it or not. and you are about to find out exactly why. Also, the key to what you're looking for is written in your astrology chart. Check your astrology charts. Okay? Check your astrology chart because it's going to give you a lot more information. Check the degrees. For those of you guys that have higher degrees, like in your, your 20s and things of that nature, then you're working with energy that feels very ancient. That is very ancient energy, as you can say. There's a lot of wisdom associated with those degrees. So there's something very specific about that. I heard the word cosmic mother. There's this creation, this idea of creation coming through. And I'm also seeing something in the universe that looks, or in the cosmos that looks like a big eye. And it may be, and I'm also seeing like nebulas. And I'm also being brought back to the Big Bang Theory, like the Big Bang. There's some sort of Big Bang that's coming through where your life is happening in a way where it's coming into existence. Like this is something that has played out for you before, but now this is the start of a Big Bang for you. It's new life. There have been things that have happened in your life that needed to happen and they were purposeful, and now they're leading you to this big bang of light that is bringing your reality into a new existence, if that makes sense. Okay, I love you guys. I have so much love for you, and I appreciate you all. And I want to thank you so much for spending time with me here today. I know that at the very last part of the reading where I kind of I started, getting other channels and downloads. So thank you so much for bearing with me if you've made it this far. If you guys feel called, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm actually going to try to dedicate more time to YouTube and long form content because of the nature of my work. And so I would love for you guys to give this a thumbs up. Send this to someone that you believe may need it, and also leave a comment down in the comment section. I really do love and appreciate you guys, and I will catch you all in my next video.